choir. Here we are for the last section of the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. We're going to start with the altos. We've got the alto part coming up. Once again, I think we just start by just running through the pronunciation. Not pronunciation, you know, the rhythm of the words, I mean. So it's like this. He puts the boys to sleep with Boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B. Okay, so we're going to do that again. This is page 12. I should have said that before we started. Page 12, folks. So that bit's not too bad, I think. It kind of follows the same sort of rhythmic patterns as we're used to. The only bit that's different is they clap their hands and stamp their feet. That little triplet there. So let's go again from page 12, and we'll do page 12 and 13 then, folks, please. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. He puts the boys to sleep with Boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B. Okay, and then turn the page onto page 14. We've got like this: a toot, a toot, a toot diddly-at, a toot. He blows it 8 to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B. Okay, so a few different things in there from what we're used to. The bass and guitar is playing with him. The with is shorter than we've done up to now. And then the and the company jumps is subtly different. Now, in the past, it's the come of company that comes on the beat. So it's been 1, 2, 3, and the company jumps, or whatever it is. Now, the and goes on the beat. So instead of counting 3, and then starting, and then company having the accent, we're going to count 4, and has the accent. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the company jumps when he plays reveille, like this. Okay, we'll do that once more. No, let's go from the top of 14, and we'll go all the way through that, and then we'll start and have a look at some notes, and I'll go over this in more details later. So, page 14 from, well, last note of page 13, I should say. So 1, 2, 3. A toot, a toot, a toot diddly-at, a toot. He blows it 8 to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B. Okay. I suggest maybe doing just saying those a few times to, you know, rewinding the video and doing those a couple of times actually. But let's go from page 12 now and listen to the notes. I think page 12 and 13 is reasonably easy for the alto part here. It's quite static. It doesn't do that much interesting in terms of melody anyway. So it's like this. He puts the boys to sleep with Boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B. Okay, so a few details here then. We'll just do the very last bit of page 12 into the top of 13, like this. Because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. Let's do that again. 1, 2, because. Because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. We'll do that once more. Because they know how he plays when someone gives them a beat. I got some words wrong there, I'm sorry about that. And then we get this weird chromatic bit here. From He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. I'm going to do that a couple of times. I think that's quite tricky. So he really breaks it up. 1, 2. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Once more, same place please. So he really breaks it up. 1, 2, go. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. So I'm going to go back now to the last bit of page 12. So we do because they know how he plays. And I'll go all the way through that section to the end of page 13. So here we go. Because, 1, 2. Because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. And I'll do the same thing please. So here we go. Because they know. 1, 2. Because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. And then we'll go from the top of page 12 through that double page spread. All right. He puts the boys to sleep, let's go. And he puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night. And wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet. Because they know how he plays when someone gives them a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Okay, let's do that one more time. Same thing please, alto. So here we go. Yeah, just in. So he puts 1, 2, 3. He puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Okay, so yeah, I think that's fine, isn't it? Now let's go on then. So let's turn the page into page 14. So you've got quite a lot now. Whole of page 14, you actually only sing 2 notes for the whole of the page. So it's not too bad. But then page 15 has got a few little challenges for us. So it goes like, wait a minute, just need to find all that. Yeah. So it starts on that note. So this is going a toot, a toot. A toot diddly a toot, he blows it 8 to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't play a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jump like that. So page 14. A toot, a 1, 2, 3. A toot, a toot, a toot diddly a toot, he blows it 8 to the bar. In boogie rhythm, unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. That's the kind of thing. Let's do that again. A toot, a 1, 2, go. A toot, a toot, a toot, diddly a toot, he blows it 8 to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. So I'll go on now. You get this. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woo. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. I don't know what my mind went on to there. And to same things. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Oh, I find that really hard. So let's do that slowly and go from and the company jumps. This is another prime example of I ought to actually practice this before I start recording. So, and the company jumps, it goes like this. 2, 3. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. Let's start again. 1, 2, 3. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. and then the boogie woogie bit later. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Oh, I find that so difficult. So let's just do Company B. Let's go. Company B. One more time. Company B. So let's go from bugle boy of Company B, like this. Bugle boy of Company B, and again. Bugle boy of Company B. So let's go from boogie woogie bugle, 2, 3, 4. Boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. So now let's go from he's the, 1, 2, 3. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Okay, and then let's go from and the company jumps. 1, 2, 3. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Good, we like our cheesy endings. So let's go from the same place actually. So and the company jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Okay, so now let's go from the last note of page 13, and so we'll do a toot, a toot, a tootily up the toot. So we've got that easy bit, and then we've got to really get our wits about as well. I have at least when it gets to and the company jump. So here we go. A toot, a 1, 2, 3. A toot, a toot, a tootily up the toot. He blows it into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Okay, I think we better do that again, just the same bit. So, a toot, a 1, 2, go. A toot, a toot, a tootily up the toot. He blows it out to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Alright, okay, so now let's turn back and let's go from the last 3 notes of page 12, because they know how he plays. So we get page 13, which has got some challenges to it because we've got all those sort of chromatic parts. Turn the page, it's still quite relentless of course, but we get a little break from any particular difficulty on page 14, and then we're back to being quite tricky on page 15. So here we go. Because they know how he plays. From there, 1, 2, go. Because he knows how he plays when he can get... Oh wait, I can't get the words right. Because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. Alright. 1, 2, go. Because they know how he plays when someone gives them a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a tootily up the toot. He blows it into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Alright, I got a note wrong. I'm sorry, folks. On page, in the middle, very middle of page 13, when it says when he plays, before when he plays reveille, I got a note wrong in there. I did the same thing as on page 15, and it's different. So let's go through that again. Because they know how he plays. From there, a 1, 2, go. Because they know how he plays when someone gives him a beat. He really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a tootily up the toot. He blows it into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Okay, folks. So now let's go from top of page 12. From He Puts the Boys to Sleep. So here we go, everybody. Hold the alto part then. 1, 2, 3. He puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a toot, a toot, he blows it into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Okay, I'm going to go all the way through that one more time, and then we'll call it a day on this particular video, I think. So here we go. Last time. He puts a 1, 2, go. He puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early light. He claps their hands and stamp their feet because... No, oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong bit or something. I'll try again. My fault. 1, 2, 3. He puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a toot, diddly-at the toot, he blows it into the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Alright, so I've tried to keep it a little shorter. Almost certainly you'll need to go through it a couple of times before you've really got this, I think, folks. And what I propose we do this Monday, if we do a Zoom session, is actually not touch this last part, but just go through what we've already done, consolidating it, and trying to run the entire thing from the start to the end of page 10. That's my idea for Monday. But I hope you can start and have a look at this next bit. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you get on okay with it, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. See you, folks. Bye-bye.